Hello everyone, this is Boricua Binks and welcome back to Let's Play the Great Ace Attorney Chronicles, where we are continuing on. Wow. I was hoping after one episode that my horrible ability to speak would be better, but no. Anyway, we're continuing on in the second case of the game. We did find some evidence last time, and we have bumped into a familiar face, so I'm excited to see what he's doing here. I mean, he did say he's undercover, but there must be a reason for that. I don't know why I'm so tongue-tied today. What's going on? I know I'm rusty, but like, still, come on now. Okay, took a sip of water. Blah, 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 blah. Blah, 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 blah. Hopefully I am okay to speak now. Okay, let's talk about your special orders. So, what are your special orders this time, Inspector? Yes, and why are you dressed as a member of the crew? I'm so sorry. Huh? This is all my fault. I take full responsibility. For what? My orders were to act as Asogi-san's bodyguard. No! You failed! Ah, I'm so bitter right now. Oh, Hosonaga, I like you, but I'm mad. This is just like with Gumshoe, that sometimes he screws up his job and I get a little disappointed in him, but I still like him. But right now I'm really disappointed in you, man. You let my beloved get murdered. I'm super upset right now. Ah. It was Minister of Justice Jigoku who pushed for this overseas study tour to go ahead. And he entrusted me with ensuring that Asogi-san reached Great Britain without being assassinated. Assassinated? Oh shit. Assassinated? How could that even have been a possibility? And here Asogi even had a sword and he still got killed. I'm not sure. But these are complicated times. There are tensions between the world's greatest powers. Minister Jigoku said we should be prepared for all eventualities. This is incredible. I don't believe it. Kazuma-sama was assassinated? Obviously, we couldn't give Asogi-san a visible security escort. Which is why I'm undercover now, posing as one of the crew. I see. And I didn't take my eyes off him the entire time we've been on board, from morning until night every day. But I never imagined it would happen here, inside his own cabin. Not here on the first-class deck. First class, huh? I failed miserably at my assignment, and Asogi-san is dead as a result. I'm a disgrace. All I can do is humbly apologize. Inspector. So if there's anything at all that I can do to help now, just say the word. Okay, please help us. You know that his best friend would never kill him. Come on, man. You were there. You saw how well they worked together. We're doing what we can to investigate Kazuma's death ourselves. I thought you might be. You didn't do it, did you? You're not the killer. Of course not. We'd really like to investigate the cabin next door. Yes, so we... Oh, sorry. Yes, so we need to be allowed out of this cabin. I'm sorry. What? You've been deemed a risk to the ship's safety.
if you move to even touch the handle of the cabin door. That stormy-looking seaman there would surely snap your neck in two. Ooh.
I suppose I'm not just a stowaway now. They think I'm a murderer as well.
Would it be possible to give me something to work with, do you think? I'm going to need something persuasive.
What do you mean?
If I had a solid reason why the next door cabin should be investigated, for example.
Ah.
I'd do everything I could to persuade the captain to allow it. Really, I'd lay my life on the line if I had to.
But I don't see how. Come on. His diary, come on. There may be a way. What? Really? Think of how you tried to persuade me of your innocence, Naruhodo-san. By presenting me with a piece of evidence that you already had in your possession. Evidence? It's just the same as when you are in court. You must have done it many times during your trial. Simply select the present panel and choose some evidence that Inspector Hosonaga could use. So, evidence that would give us a viable reason to investigate the next door cabin, is it? Alright, yes, I think I might know what we can use. Let's see if I can present the detective with the evidence he needs to persuade the captain. Okay. Court record. I don't see the... I can't present that. Hold on. Here we go. Present. Has to be this. Yeah? I mean, it's pretty obvious to me.
What's that?
It's Kazuma's diary. Just before he died, Kazuma-sama wrote something rather strange in his diary.
Strange? In what way?
He wrote, "What looks like some kind of speckled band is dangling from the ventilator grill."
A speckled band? That is strange.
Yes, we're still trying to work out what he meant by that. But what I'd like to know is...
Don't tell me. The ventilator, is it?
You're very astute, Inspector.
That ventilator clearly joins to the next door cabin.
That's right. So if we could investigate in there, we might be able to work out what the speckled band was.
Alright then. I can't leave this cabin at the moment. I'm stuck here until we arrive at the next port. The captain has given me strict orders to guard the scene of the crime, you see. I'll have to entrust the investigation to you.
Really? You're willing to do that?
Yes, as long as you don't leave the first-class cabin area. I'm afraid I can't remove those handcuffs, though.
But what about the captain? Aren't you going against his direct orders?
I'm a man of my word. And I promise you that I'll lay my life on the line if that's what it takes to convince the captain.
I wish you'd stop saying that. It's like triggering a death flag. You coughing blood is a death flag enough, you know?
After all, I failed to keep Asogi-san safe. This is the least I can do.
Thank you. Let's seize the moment then, Naruhodo-san. Just select move and we can leave this cabin at last. Move. Alright, let's see what we can find out. Okay. I mean, I probably could present others. Actually, can I present other things to him to see what he has to say about that? Uh,
This is the paper seal that was stuck over the wardrobe doors this morning, wasn't it?
that's right. To try to stop the cabin steward opening it up and discovering me.
Wouldn't it have been better to write it in English if you didn't know Russian?
Maybe, but Ofuda paper amulets like this are a part of our culture, Inspector. And I thought if I made it look creepy enough, people would be too scared to want to look inside.
It isn't easy being a stowaway, is it?
Have you seen this photograph yet, Inspector?
Oh, I think you just upset him.
Oh dear. Are you alright, Inspector?
Yes, sorry, I'm fine. I was hoping to hide my upset with a fit of coughing and spluttering. I'm usually very good at it. But trying to stifle my feelings seems to have stifled my cough this time.
It's all so sad.
Sogi-san was such a promising young man. The Empire had such high hopes for him. I had such high hopes for him. Even though I'm just a detective, I had a strong fanboy crush on him too.
Aww. We're all going to miss you, Kazuma. Alright. What about this? Can I show you this newspaper, Inspector?
I'm sorry, but I can't read Russian very well.
Oh, no, that's alright. I know what it says.
So you just wanted to point out your university-level linguistic talents, is that it?
Sorry?
Nothing like me with my regular schooling. You're something much greater. Is that what you were trying to say?
Sorry. Forget I mentioned it.
Should have said no, but whatever. I guess the same thing would happen with that then. How about this then?
Inspector, can I show you this?
What the? Is that a fabled Imperial Yume University pin badge?
I'm not sure if it's really fabled exactly, but...
So, you're a genuine student then?
Sorry?
Nothing like me with my regular schooling.
Okay, here we go. Can I have my badge back, please?
Okay, he's a complex about it. Alright, let's go.
Okay, Kazuma's cabin, a cabin in the SS Burya, and the scene of the crime. Kazuma was occupying this cabin for the voyage to Britain, along with me as a stowaway. Kazuma-sama's quarters. Oh. Alright, first class passageway. This is interesting the way they're doing this. I like it. The passageway that connects the first class cabins on the SS Burya. First and foremost, we must get out of the cabin. Out of this cabin, sorry. Oh. January 9th, 7:48 a.m. SS Burya, first class cabin passageway. Oof. I'm finally out of that cabin. I have to admit, this isn't quite what I was expecting. It's less spacious out here than I thought it would be. And this is the most luxurious accommodation. Is that a mousetrap down there? Yes, indeed. Kazuma-sama was being sent on this study tour by the government. That's why he was being put up in a first-class cabin. Even still, this is about twice as large as my accommodation and steerage. Really? That must be awful. Oh. Oh, look over there. That's another crewman keeping watch. And he looks enormous, even if he is sitting down. The door next to him leads to the second-class accommodation. I suppose he's making sure that no one comes in here who shouldn't.
I suppose. Like people in handcuffs?
Naruhodo-san, you look like a little boy visiting a toy shop for the first time. I would have thought you'd be used to the ship by now. We've been at sea for 2 weeks already.
Well, yes, I know, but the thing is, I was inside Kazuma's trunk when I first came aboard, and ever since then I've been shut up inside that little wardrobe.
It must have been a very trying time for you. Like, where did you use the bathroom? Was there just a little pot that you used, or what? You know?
Please, don't give me that pitying look.
Okay, so let's examine them. We got a lot of stuff to look at.
This looks like a plan of the SS Burya. It shows each deck, look.
The Burya is a large-scale steamship with a triple-skinned hull. What a marvel of engineering.
Well, it's been playing on my mind for a while now, actually, but how is it that such a huge lump of metal doesn't just sink to the bottom of the ocean?
Oh, that's really quite simple, Naruhodo-san.
It is?
Well, consider the Japanese archipelago.
The islands of Japan?
Yes, they're not metal, but they are enormous lumps of earth, many, many times larger than this ship. And they don't sink, do they? They've been floating happily on the seas since the gods created them.
Well, I suppose so.
Oh, you didn't really explain it in detail like I thought you would, but okay. So what is this?
That's a huge book on top of the table there, and there's a pen next to it.
Yes, that looks like the ship's log.
Shall we have a little look through it?
The writing is so neat and precise. Every detail about the voyage has been meticulously recorded.
You wouldn't expect a rough and ready sailor to have such beautiful handwriting. And nothing. No reaction at all. I thought he might appreciate the compliment.
I'm not sure that rough and ready is much of a compliment, Naruhodo-san, even to a sailor. Anyway, last night's log is mostly blank.
Presumably that means there was nothing to report.
Interesting. Okay, we could look at the door. That's the way to the second-class area of the ship. Is something wrong?
I was thinking about making a run for it. Just for a moment. Things aren't exactly going well for me.
I might be wrong, but I imagine the moment you reach for the handle of the door, that burly seaman would surely shoot you dead. Oh dear. I'm sorry. Perhaps I went a little too far there.
No, I started it with my talk of running away. And there's no way I could run away while Kazuma's death remains a mystery anyway.
Of course not.
Excuse me, but could I ask you something?
You little stowaway murderer.
That wasn't a good start, was it?
Alright, let me try instead. Good day, Mr. Sailor. I'm so trouble. Banks, please. I'm so sorry to trouble you, but could I perhaps ask something of you?
Look at the way their faces are tanned. It's so weird. You little third-class lady's maid. Aw.
Oh. You seem to have caught this sailor on a bad day, Susato-san.
I am not sailor. My mother gave me a name. I am senior crewman, Beef Stroganoff.
They named him after a meal. Beef stroganoff. Oh my. I've never had it, but I've heard of it. It's probably like a stew, right?
I bet it's really good.
Now I'm hungry. Damn.
Whew. The best thing is just to avoid eye contact, I think.
Okay.
Beef Stroganoff.
Oh, I love it.
Mr. Stroganoff, about this first-class cabin area,
Here we are in finest part of Beria steamship for very important persons.
what sort of very important persons?
Government officials, kings and queens traveling in secret. Many important persons. That is why I am always guarding this place.
Gosh, that's, amazing.
But somehow I let stupid stowaway inside. I want to pick you up and throw you in ocean. But Stroganoff is not animal.
Thank you.
If I may, I was wondering, is the cabin next to Mr. Osogi's currently occupied?
Ah!
Susato-san, did you understand that?
It sounded like da. I think it's probably Russian for yes or no.
Genius.
It is not permitted to visit other cabins without invitation.
Ugh. Well, it sounds like there is somebody in the next door cabin at least.
Yes, it's tantalizing.
Okay, let's ask about the passenger. Could you tell us who's traveling in the cabin next to Mr. Asogi's?
His name is Mr. Grimsby Roylott. He is very important Western gentleman.
I'm surprised you told us. Grimsby Roylott. Grimsby Roylott. Grimes by Roylott. I was trying to see the pun. Grimsby Roylott. I don't know.
A Western gentleman.
Do not think about it. He has nothing to do with murder of student boy.
How can you be so sure about that?
Mr. Roylott is authentic Western gentleman. Such a man would have no interest in lowly student from insignificant Far East Islands.
Rude.
That was harsh.
Could you tell us when Mr. Roylott came aboard?
Like roulette, but it's not.
That is not your business.
Come to think of it, even though we've been at sea for 2 weeks now, and I've been in Kazuma's cabin the entire time, I've never once heard anything from the next door cabin, or even felt like there's anyone there.
Well, presumably, since this gentleman is occupying one of the first-class cabins, he must be rather important. Is that right?
That is not your business.
Okay. Let's talk about last night.
Are you on watch here all the time, seaman?
Sorry.
Stroganoff.
Stroganoff. Seaman Stroganoff.
Da. All time. So criminals like you cannot come in or get out.
I wonder, could you tell us anything about last night at all?
It is sad about student boy.
Were you on watch last night as well?
Of course.
And did you notice anything at the time? Anything unusual?
Her.
Or het? Eh? Susato-san, did you understand that?
It was clearly a no.
I saw nothing unusual. Nothing at all.
And you didn't hear any strange noises or sense anything was wrong in some way?
Why are you looking away? That's a little shady.
I said no.
He's being very defensive.
Sorry. I'm not so sure. I could have sworn that he wouldn't catch my eye for a moment there.
Yeah. What happened? Were you on the toilet? Were you asleep? What happened, bro?
This is enough. I cannot say more now.
Oh,
It is time for me to report to Captain. You must return to cabin.
But I didn't get to finish looking around.
yes, all right.
Bulkhead to second class area is staying locked at all times. You escape when the lobster whistles on top of the mountain. Or, as English say, when the peaks fly.
Yes, I understand.
But I wanted to keep looking around. Good. Now we can investigate this area properly, shall we?
Definitely.
Oh, I thought he was going to force us back to the cabin. Okay. Well, let's, we already checked this whole side. There shouldn't be anything else. So let's look around. Let's look at this trap. Ah, a trap for catching mice.
Yes, we have plenty of those back home in Japan. Although they seem to be using a lump of chalk or something as bait.
Let me see. Yes, I think that's what is called cheese. It's made from the milk of cows. Oh. Well, I guess that's true that in Japan they don't really eat cheese much, do they? Or, like, that's not one of their native foods. I'm sure they incorporate it in certain dishes now. But I just noticed that they don't really use cheese. Like Italians use cheese a lot, you know? And we in America, we use cheese a lot. I do love cheese, even though, I'm lactose intolerant.
Cheese? I wonder what that tastes like.
Salty. You can't eat it, Naruhodo-san. The trap will snap shut on your fingers.
Really? But... I suppose you're right.
He really wanted it. How to catch a Naruhodo. You weren't actually going to try it, were you?
All I've had to eat for the past couple of weeks is Kazuma's leftovers. You don't know how hungry I've been in that wardrobe.
Poor you. I'll find a little snack for you later. Thank you, Susato. That's kind.
First class cabin number 1. Yes, that's our cabin.
Not our cabin. It's Kazuma-sama's.
Sorry?
Your accommodation is confined to the wardrobe inside the cabin.
You know how to make a stowaway feel small, don't you? As small as the wardrobe I've been calling home.
These cabins are the finest on the ship. My own cabin in steerage is number 539, by the way.
500 and... How many cabins are there?
Yeek. Okay, so there's this.
What do you think this is? It's a very pleasing shape, isn't it?
That's the emergency alarm. It's probably best not to touch it.
Oh, an alarm.
It says press only in times of emergency. It looks as though it sets alarm bells ringing all over the ship and brings the vessel to a complete stop.
Oh, this I have to see.
What are you doing, Naruhodo-san? You mustn't touch it.
But this is an emergency situation. Just look at these handcuffs.
You know full well that's not what the alarm is for. If you were to bring this vessel to a standstill for no good reason, you'd be in an even worse situation.
I wish everything would just stop. The ship included.
If you have to do something foolish, at least make it something that doesn't affect anyone else.
Well, okay. I guess all we can do is look at this now. This is it. This is the cabin next to ours. The one the ventilator connects to.
Yes, the ventilator from which Kazuma-sama wrote that he saw a speckled band emerging.
Maybe whoever's in this cabin can help solve that particular mystery. Let's ask.
Who is it? Watch Sherlock open the door.
He already got let in, I'm sure. I'm assuming.
Knock knock,
Who's there?
no answer. We're out of luck, it seems. There's no one in there to help with our inquiries.
How annoying. Wait, where's Sherlock?
Oh! Ah! What the hell?
What was that? It came from inside the cabin.
Such a high-pitched scream. It must have been a woman.
Stand aside.
Oh, it's probably one of the crewmen. Stand aside.
Oh, or not? It was you?
I'm about to break the door down.
Mr. Holmes.
I shan't be stopped. When the fit is on me, I revel in kicking doors off their hinges.
Please, wait, Mr. Holmes. The door doesn't appear to be bolted.
It doesn't? Then how the deuce can I dispatch this muscular urge? What, pray, can I kick?
I think we should go in. There's no time to think about stress relief.
This is weird.
Alright. First class cabin number 2. Which we will investigate in the next episode. Cliffhanger! Yes! But what the frick? Where did Sherlock even come from? What took him so long to show up there anyway? A little weird. I'm a little sus of Sherlock right now. Alright, but anyway, we're gonna leave this episode here. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you're enjoying this. And until next time, have a nice day. Bye-bye!